بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبده ورسوله اللهم صل على محمد النبي وأزواجه أمهات المؤمنين وذريته وأهل بيته كما صليت على آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد أما بعد. My respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The month of Dhul Qa'dah, the month that we live in now, is one of the months of the Hajj, and at the same time, it's one of the months Al-Haram, Al-Ashhuri, Al-Hurum, the highest, holy, respected months. The month of Dhul Qa'dah, the month that the Hujjaj of Baytullah al-Haram, they prepare themselves for the holy journey of Hajj. Al-Ashhur al-Hurum, we have 4 haram months. Dhul Qa'dah, Dhul Hijjah, Muharram, and Rajab. The Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ عِدَّةَ الشُّهُورِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ 12 شهرا في كتاب الله يوم خلق السماوات والأرض منها 4 حرم. What is the meaning of haram months? The meaning of haram here has different meaning. It's not haram like prohibited or unlawful. Haram here bima'na, it has a different meaning, like highest respected time, the highest level of holy time, the best 4 months. Not permissible to carry weapons in these 4 months. Not permissible to declare wars in these 4 months. In these 4 months, the crime would be double more, might more than double punished. The diya, if you kill somebody accidentally in an accident, the diya, the penalty that you have to pay, it will be more than if you kill somebody in these 4 months by your car or whatever accidentally. The diya in Islam, which is the payment, the penalty payment, would be double than if the accident was in any other months. The haram months has highest respect and concern in the believer's heart. The Prophet ﷺ taught us about the respect for the haram months. Starting by Dhul Qa'dah, the time of Hajj. Hajj Baytullah al-Haram, one of the pillars of Islam, very important obligation journey for those who can afford the journey. The expenses, they are healthy, they can travel and they have the expenses of the journey. It's part of this deen, pillar of the deen. It's not just an obligation. It's part of the deen. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us about people. There would be, regarding Hajj, 3 categories, 3 parts. Number 1, those who can afford the expenses of the journey of Hajj and they go to perform Hajj right away. They are the believers. Number 2 group, those who cannot afford the expenses, so it's not obligatory upon them, and they are still believers, because it's obligation upon those who can. But the third category, and I hope that we don't have one of them among us, those who can afford the journey and they don't travel to perform Hajj, actually they are kind of kuffar, disbelievers. Because the Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلِلَّهِ عَلَى النَّاسِ حِجُّ الْبَيْتِ مَنِ اسْتَطَاعَ إِلَيْهِ سَبِيلًا. It's obligation upon people if they can afford the journey to go to perform Hajj, and whoever disbelieves, then the Almighty is the rich and He doesn't need anything from anybody in the world. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَإِنَّ اللَّهَ غَنِيٌّ عَنِ الْعَالَمِينَ. We need in this time to realize many things. Number 1, if you're not from those who will travel to perform Hajj, then you have to study what can you do in these times of Hajj. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned the first 10 days of the next month, coming in the next 2 weeks. The month of Dhul Hijjah, the first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, starting Dhul Hijjah first, rahmatullahi, and ending by the day of Eid, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah. There is no good deed in your life you can afford more than having good deed in these 10 days. The Prophet ﷺ said in the authentic hadith, ما من أيام العمل الصالح فيها أحب إلى الله من هذه العشر، من عشر ذي الحجة. The best good deeds would be in these 10 days. There is never, you can't find any good deed better than the good deeds in these 10 days. So somebody asked the Prophet ﷺ, وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. Even the jihad, to fight, to be a soldier in the Muslim army and to fight for the sake of Allah, even though not better than the good deeds on the 10 days, the first 10 days of the Hijjah, the Prophet replied, وَلَا الْجِهَادُ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. Even the jihad will never be better than the good deeds in these 10 days. Except one kind of jihad might be better. Just one kind of jihad. قال إلا رجل خرج بنفسه وماله ولم يرجع من ذلك بشيء. If there is a mujahid fighter, he went to the war sacrificing his wealth and his life, and he's sincere for the sake of Allah, that might be better than the good deeds